Hello everyone, it's Spencer from Heroes Supplements. Today I'm going to be talking to you about weight training, muscle building and the tempo required for this. Firstly, I get a lot of people come in and ask me what is the best training program to build muscle. It's a decent question. Many people watch too many articles which just all conflict each other. Now, pretty much first thing you need to do is set a 6-week program. Your first program should consist pretty much of 10 reps. So each set you should do a minimum of 8, the maximum of 12 reps. Now this is optimal for muscle building, generally because it increases lactic acid. When you build up lactic acid, this breaks muscle tissue down, which then the body will adapt by repairing it and making it larger. People then also ask, what amount of sets should you do? Well, this depends on several factors. The first one being age. When you're young, so when you're in your teens and 20s, that sort of age, then you can easily do a body part up to twice a week. I would say generally about 20 sets per body part. But also tempo is very important. When you're lifting during your training, you should try and do like a 3 up count and a 3 down. So on the negative movement and the positive movement, it should be like a count of say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That is so it's slow and controlled. So when you're doing your 8 to 12 reps, this is the tempo you should be doing. Also, another factor which will impact this is if you're taking enhancement drugs or not. If you're taking enhancement drugs, which I don't really think is good, but if that's what you're going to do, that's up to you. It's your choice. You can do up to 30 sets of body part twice a week. So you can look at 3 or 4 exercises, do 5 to 6 sets of each set. Another thing that comes into this is age. When you're getting mid-30s plus, your testosterone levels and GH levels do start to drop, and it's the older you get, the quicker that drops. So you should be looking at probably doing a body part only once per week, and you can drop the amount of sets per body part to 6 to 8 sets of body part once a week. Because if you do more, you will overtrain and you will not recover. Obviously, if you're taking enhancement things, then you can increase that if you want to. But generally speaking, the older you get, the least amount of sets you need to do per body part, and you only want to be doing body part once a week when you get older. So that is very important. So really what you're looking at is, for muscle building, is 8 to 12 reps, and the tempo when you're actually doing a set is like a 3 count up and a 3 count down. So not as in 1, 2, 3, that's a bit slow, but just a general 1, 2, 3 count. So this should be done for about 6 weeks. So periodization training is very important too, because of adaptation. After anywhere between 4 to 8 weeks, your body will adapt to any training program. So periodization is very important. I generally say, rule of thumb, 6 weeks on any one program. So if you're trying to build muscle, you'll do your 6 weeks program of your 8 to 12 reps. So this is about that. And after that, you should then reduce the amount of reps to around the 5 rep mark. So 4 to 6 is a good rep range. Again, what you need to do with this though is drop the amount of sets you're doing when you're in strength training. So if you're young and you can do probably 20 sets of body part instead of 30 per body part. So that's quite important. Obviously, the older you get, again, you need to reduce it. So instead of like 6 to 8 sets a body part when you're in your 40s plus, then you can easily drop that to 4 to 6 sets on a body part. Again, the tempo on this does change. So when you are doing your set, On the positive movement, count to 1, so it's like 1 up. But on the negative movement, when it's coming down, you should still do your 3 count, because it still needs to be controlled on the negative part of the movement. But when you're doing like your 4 to 6 reps, you're trying to increase your strength and explosivity. So on the positive movement, you should be doing like a 1 count, so it's pretty quickly up, but down it's still a 3 count, which is controlled. Now the point of this type of training is to increase your strength. And when you're doing this, a great supplement to use when you're doing your strength training is creatine monohydrate. Generally, creatine monohydrate is what your body utilizes to create energy for when you're doing anything explosive. So for anything for a few seconds, so it can be your weight training, it can be sprinting, rugby, any type of thing which is explosive. Creatine is your energy supply required and used. This is why when you take creatine, you can go on a little bit longer before fatigue sets in. Lactic acid creates fatigue and stops your muscles contracting. So that's why when you take creatine, you can use a little bit more weight for the same amount of reps as you used to be able to, or you can explosively sprint. It's a little bit longer before your legs burn to hell and you have to stop. So that is really what you'd be looking at. So again, for strength training, you do this for a 6-week program. So you're looking in total for your full muscle building program. You're doing 6 weeks of hypertrophy, which is your muscle building stage, and 6 weeks of strength training to increase your power to weight ratio. So this is a 12-week cycle for 2 times 6 weeks. You then, I'd generally say, have a good week or so off at the end of this program and repeat. Supplementation is quite important for muscle building. If you're an easy gainer, look at a high protein, low carb supplement. When you're a hard gainer, obviously medium protein, high carbohydrate. And if you're in the middle, any medium gainer, then obviously a good mix between protein and carbs. So when you are doing your strength phase, look at using creatine as a supplement, because again, creatine is used for explosive energy. So this is very important when you're lifting heavy, like the 4, 5, 6 rep range. Creatine will be your best friend. It's the biggest selling athletic enhancement product in the world and is proven to work. But again, be very careful what you're buying. If it's dirt cheap, then don't buy it. Creatine comes in different forms. It also comes in different standards. The highest quality you can get is 200 mesh, which basically is the finest grade, the easiest to absorb and the less crunchy. It's just a lot finer and more fluffy and easy to absorb through the gut wall. So here we go. That is pretty much some tips on muscle building for anyone looking for increasing their muscle size and strength. Any questions, you can always drop me a line on here. I've been in the industry for 30 years. I'm a qualified personal trainer. I've done sports science, sports nutrition, sports therapy. Like I said, I've been running a sports supplement shop for 25 years. This shop in Heroes in Norwich has been here since December 1999. We have our own brand of sports supplements. It's very specialist, manufactured in the UK to my specifications, so they do hit the highest standards. But if you want to ask questions, you can always message me on here. Go to the website, heroesfitness.co.uk. I have some Instagram accounts. Heroes Supplements is one of them, and Heroes Fitness Norwich is another one. You can always contact me through there. So anyway, I hope this has helped anybody who's going to listen or who is listening now. And I'd like to say goodbye and speak to you all another time. If anyone wants any specific subjects on training or nutrition, you can always ask and I'll post another video. Anyway, goodbye.